Hello students, I'm Dr. Aisha Siddiqa, Assistant Professor in Government First Grade College, Tumkur. In this video, we're going to learn about shapes of SPD and F orbitals. This is for the students of BSc who have taken chemistry as an optional for the first semester in Tumkur University under session 13. After going through this video, you should be able to understand or write the shapes of SPD and F atomic orbitals, and you'll also get to know what are the nodal planes. In the previous video, we learned about quantum numbers and their significance. There are 4 quantum numbers, as you all know: principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic and spin quantum number. They play a significant role in the shapes of these SPD and F orbitals. An orbital is the 3-dimensional region around the nucleus where the probability of finding an electron of a given energy is maximum. Shape of the orbitals depends upon the electron density around the nucleus, and it is determined by the azimuthal quantum number L. Let's start off with the shapes of the s atomic orbitals. For s atomic orbital, if the azimuthal quantum number is equal to 0 and also the value of m is also equal to 0, then there is only one possible orientation. So s orbitals, they don't have any directional properties. They will be similar in all possible directions. So they will be in the same direction. Here, what is the meaning of this one? In the sense, like if L is equal to 0 and also the value of M is also equal to 0, it means that probability of finding an electron is same in all possible directions, just as I said now. So it will be at a particular distance, a specified distance from the nucleus. It is spherical in shape. That's the reason why the s orbital is spherical in shape. Now, the last thing that we have to know about s orbitals are the s orbitals are non-directional and they are symmetrical around the nucleus. Now, depending upon the different energy levels, this will be the shape of the orbital for the energy level 1. Therefore, this is 1s orbital, 1s orbital, and here it is the 1s orbital is this one, this is the 2s orbitals. And there is a region between these two wherein the probability of finding the electrons is 0, and that is known as node. Okay, and as you all have seen here, the spherical nature, that is the s orbital doesn't have any directional properties. The size of the s orbital depends upon the value of principal quantum number, just as I told you. So let's go back. So this is for 1s orbital and this is 2s. In the 2s orbital, we have this as 1s, and this is the region where the probability of finding the electron is maximum, that is 2s. So as the number of energy level goes on decreasing, the size also goes on increasing. So greater the value of n, larger is the size of the orbital. So s, 2s, 3s, etc., they all have spherical shape but only differ in the number of nodes. So 1s orbital does not have any node, 2s will have 1 node, 3s will have 3 nodes, etc. And the energy associated also will be different. Let's come to the shapes of the p orbitals, the atomic orbitals p. So these are the 3 possible orientations. For p orbital, L is equal to 1, the azimuthal quantum number is 1. Therefore, M can take up the values of minus L to plus L. Therefore, M is equal to minus 1, 0 and plus 1. 3 possible values. P orbitals have 3 different orientation based on M, and these are designated as Px, Py and Pz depending on whether the electron density is maximum along x-axis, this is x-axis, and along y-axis and the z-axis respectively. Therefore, these are designated as Px, Py and Pz. This is a 3-dimensional representation. P orbitals, they have directional characteristics as we have seen here. They are different in 3 different directions, the x, y and z axis. As the value of n increases, these p orbitals, they become larger and larger in size, and even their energies will also increase. The three p orbitals, even though they are three and they have different directional characteristics, but the energies of these three p orbitals are same. Hence, they are known as degenerate orbitals. Please remember, energy levels, if we consider the energy level, they all have similar energy, equal energy. Hence, they are known as degenerate orbitals. Probability of finding the p electron is maximum in the two lobes, as it has been shown here. There are two lobes, 1 and 2. So between these two lobes exists a point wherein the possibility of finding the electron is less. So if we go back, we have one lobe here and the other lobe is this side. Hence it assumes the shape of a dumbbell, and there is a point between these two where the possibility of finding the electron is very less, and that is known as a node. And because there are two lobes, it gives, as I said, a shape of dumbbell for the p orbital. On two dimension, like if you are writing the p orbitals, this is how they are represented. On the x-axis, we have orientation along the x-axis, and it is 2px, and along the y-axis, it is py, and along the z, it is pz. 2pz. 2 refers to the energy level, n, the principal quantum number. Now, shapes of the d atomic orbitals. Here, d atomic orbitals, L has the value of 2. Hence, the m value ranges, once again, as I said, plus or minus L, including 0. Therefore, the values are minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. For this reason, there are 5 different orientations for the d orbitals. Now, once again, depending upon the axis along which are in between, okay, we have along the axis as well as in between the axis, the orientations are found. So, depending upon the axis along which are in between which their electron clouds are concentrated, the names are given. They are named as dxy, dyz, dzx, dx2y2 and dz2 orbitals. These d orbitals are 5-fold degenerate. The p orbitals are 3-fold degenerate, and here they are 5-fold degenerate. There are 5 orbitals, but they all have the same amount of energy. They carry the same amount of energy. Hence, they are 5-fold degenerate. But here, once again, 3d orbitals, they don't have any nodes. 4d orbitals have one node. 5d orbital has got 2 nodes, and so on. Remember, node is a point where the possibility of finding the electrons is 0. Now, these are the shapes of the d atomic orbitals. As I said, it depends upon the orientation of the lobes of these atomic orbitals. They are known as double dumbbell shaped. The p orbitals are dumbbell shaped, whereas the d orbitals are double dumbbell shaped. Many times they will be oriented in between the axis, and sometimes they are along the axis. dz2 is like we find 2. This is somewhat like there is a ring between these and a lobe. So this is along the z axis. Therefore, this is known as dz2 orbital. dx2y2, this is along x and y axis. Along these are in between the dxy, dxz and dyz orbitals. They are oriented in between the axis. So depending upon what different axes they are oriented, they are named as dxy, dxz and dyz. Now, shapes of our d atomic orbitals, when we write it on a piece of paper or in our notebooks, that is the two-dimensional representation is as follows. So this is the axis is they are drawn like this, and this is how we represent the lobes. This is dx2y2, dz2, dxy, these are in between the axis, dxz and dyz. Nodal planes are the regions around the atomic nuclei or atomic nucleus where the likelihood of finding the electrons is 0, nodal planes. So if we draw a plane in either a p orbital or a d orbital, if there is a plane which is passing through a point where the possibility of finding the electrons is 0, such planes are known as nodal planes. Coordinates of these planes are found by solving the Schrodinger wave equation. So Schrodinger wave equation gives us the solutions for the coordinates. And finally, the likely questions on this topic is Write a note on s orbitals. What are the shapes of p orbitals? You have to draw the diagrams. You should learn the diagrams. Then what is a nodal plane? And you can explain it using p orbital. Then in the descriptive type of questions, we can expect questions like draw the structures of d orbitals and explain their shapes. Then write the similarities and differences between 1s and 2s orbitals, dxy and dx2, y2. If we just want to if we take up 1s and 2s orbitals, the similarities are their shape is similar, they are spherical in shape. The differences being it has got no nodes and this has got at least one node. Same thing happens here. Though their shapes are different, the orientations will be different. They are in between the axis and here it is along the axis. That's the major difference between these two, but the shape remains the same. These are the reference books that I have referred for this particular video. And thank you for watching. Have a nice time.